Hey, welcome back. We have some more Wordle drawings, and this will take us almost to the middle of October by the time this video is through. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen, and hopefully you'll continue to enjoy the new drawings that will come up. This first one, once I kind of thought of what I wanted to do as far as a theme was concerned, I wanted to do sort of an older black and white comic book style. So I decided to use pen and ink and kind of approach it that direction. And I think that it worked overall. I didn't exactly hit it nail on the head as far as showing the actual action that the answer is pointing to, but I think that it's implied. And actually, I prefer it that way. I really like the little mouse guy, though. I think that I may develop him further in another piece of art. Not quite sure. But I can almost imagine a story with this sort of royal rodent and his loyal subjects. I don't know, it might be kind of fun to run with that at some point. Okay, so here's another drawing. And if you listen to some of my other videos, you know that I like playing with words. And at one point I noticed that one of the musicians I really like, a singer-songwriter named Happy Rhodes, publishes music under anti-social music. Not anti, but like anti-aunt, aunt and uncle. And I thought that was pretty clever. So I decided to make a character for her here. And what I needed was a companion, an uncle. And I kind of tossed that around in my head and came up with Uncle Churd. In other words, like uncultured. Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch and probably should have just stayed in my head instead of landing on paper here, but here it is. I do kind of like the little pig there, though, and I don't know if that was because I started guessing with the word swine or because I just finished listening to the audiobook of Charlotte's Web. Hard to know. You can see here I captured some of the annular eclipse with little pinhole. You can see the shadows there. It was kind of cool to see on October 14th. For this drawing, I wanted to go a little bit further than that comic book look that I did a couple days ago. And I wanted to try neo-noir. It's a style that I hadn't tried before. It's kind of based on the old film noir sort of genre, but modernized, some pretty vibrant colors. Often the subject matter is a little bit more modern as well. And I think that overall, when I got to the end of this, I think that I liked the overall idea. I think this would really benefit from a redo where I can go a little bit larger, get a little bit more detailed, make sure that I can get all the little details would really make this stand out, I think. So maybe if I can ever import this into, Illustrator or Procreate or something like that, be able to make it look more like a movie poster or something like that. I did have a story in mind when I came up with the composition of this drawing. I just sat around and kind of daydreamed about it and had this little story pop up into my head, and so I drew it that way. I'm not going to tell you what the story is. You can come up with your own. In fact, if you think of a really good story, let me know in the comments. But I think that overall, it's an interesting look regardless of whatever story is behind it. It's pretty unusual for me to use these sorts of fluorescent colors, but I think it worked out pretty well. Tell me what you think. Wordle drawing for October 15th. Well, apparently I need to draw at least one snail per video. I honestly don't know why that keeps on happening. I guess I'm not stopping myself from doing it, but it's not really intentional. Sometimes I just get these ideas and it's hard for me to not do it once I have it. So anyway, this drawing didn't end up being real successful. I think it ends up being kind of boring because the perspective of the viewer is directly from the side and it really is not very dynamic. But I think, the idea overall is okay. So I think if I change the perspective of the viewer, maybe to be on the back end of the snail where the little leak is, which you'll see that will be part of the Wordle answer, to highlight that, but also kind of the mechanics and mechanical parts in the back and, the head in the distance, that might be an interesting perspective. Maybe you could even have something riding on the top of the snail. That'd be kind of interesting. Maybe our friend, the royal mouse from the first drawing in this video. That would be an interesting thing. Although there would be a real timeline glitch there, kind of having the old medieval thing and I guess maybe steampunk. I don't know. But, if there are any time travelers, let me know what you think. And in return, I will give you all the Wordle answers for October 2023. I think it's a fair exchange. And if you are visiting from the past or the future, really, it is an honor to have you here. Actually, it's an honor to have anyone come to visit this channel, and I really, really thank you for doing so. That's going to be it for this video. You might check out some of the ones that came before in the past couple weeks. Or some other Wordle drawings coming up in the future. Stick around, and I thank you very much.